They are hunting down the betting mafia and the crooks on the sidelines.
The game itself is not normal.
They are the detectives of match fixing.
The odds are going against all logical expectations.
They are trying to win an impossible war.
On a Champions League final match, you will see global wagering of more than €1 billion.
But they too have powerful weapons at their disposal.
All we need is one name or one email address or one phone number to start.
So how do they catch the betting mafia?
An honest officiating mistake or a dodgy penalty call. They say seeing is believing, but what if there's something more sinister taking place in the beautiful game? Welcome to the world of match fixing, where losing is a lot more lucrative than winning.
The detectives of match fixing operate from London, England. The good guys, Sportradar, are chasing the bad guys on behalf of football federations worldwide. But how do they do it? Check this out, the Romanian Second League. Sometimes you don't have to watch the pitch to spot signs of match fixing. Pay attention to the sidelines. Notice the assistant coach on his cell phone? He spoke more than 20 times during the match.
This is a manipulated game. He was receiving in real time information about how the fix should occur. And he used a variety of signals to further transmit the information.
But these are just the little guys. Those dictating what the crooks in Romania are supposed to do most likely are in Asia. Why is that? Easy, because the betting market there is huge. The limits are higher and it's unregulated, allowing wagers to remain anonymous. Here's how it works. Criminal betting syndicates stay in the shadows. They operate through local fixers or criminals who often target footballers and referees in lower divisions where most are not paid well. In Romania, for example, the average wage in the second division is only €500 a month. Criminals take advantage of that and offer the players huge sums of money in return for manipulating a match. The more sophisticated version, you buy a whole club for the sole purpose of fixing matches, and then you tell them what to do. Notice that innocent-looking water bottle on the bench?
This bottle of water that might seem something insignificant that you see often on a football bench, but
Exactly.
it was actually
It's football, they run
exactly
around,
yeah
they're
they run a
thirsty.
lot yeah exactly. But this apparently harmless bottle of water was actually used as a signaling method. This is a clear signal to some of the players who were also aware of the fix to approach the bench in order to receive information on how to influence the outcome of the game. This is another signal towards the players.
What did he do? He just...
Signal the number of goals needed.
Was that a 2 or a 3?
2. This goal was conceded by the team fixing.
The backline is not even trying to stop the opponent. They simply let him cut through. To pull off a fix of this magnitude, you need at least 4 to 5 players. But this is just one way to detect match fixing.
The calculated odds are increasing very quickly, and the bookmaker odds are actually decreasing very noticeably.
When the bookies' odds don't align with the calculated ones, alarm bells go off, like it did in Spain, where many people were betting on 2 more goals in the second half.
Now, the calculated odds are increasing, and this makes logical sense, given that the time remaining in the game for the required goals to be scored for them to lose by at least 4 goals is diminishing.
Meaning this shows that they should not have conceded 2 more goals.
What it shows is the likelihood of that happening is decreasing. So the odds are getting larger, they're increasing, and that shows us that the likelihood of that event happening is becoming less and less.
Let's make that easier. Sportradar algorithms indicate what the odds should be at any given time in the match. Keep your eyes on the yellow line. It's what the odds should be. Until halftime, all is well. Immediately after, they drift in opposite directions. The yellow Sportradar line shows 2 more goals, highly unlikely. The green bookies line indicates 2 very likely. Enough to cry foul.
And here you have people betting that it will happen.
So effectively what we're
They're
seeing
deviating from, okay.
Exactly, we're seeing the odds decrease here. And what that shows us is that there's very strong betting occurring for this outcome, for Eldense to lose by at least 4 goals.
There's always the case being made that football is so unpredictable, that anything can happen.
Even in the most extreme situation of match action, where one team is dominating, we certainly wouldn't expect to see such severe patterns as these ones.
Why are more criminals turning to betting fraud and away from traditional crimes like drugs and prostitution? Well, easy, because it's a high-profit, low-risk trade. The chances of getting caught are slimmer and the turnover is much higher. It has grown exponentially in the last 10 to 15 years. The main reasons? Globalization and the internet. To understand match fixing, think of it as insider trading on the stock market. Certain individuals have access to valuable information, in this case, the outcome of a match. That's information the public doesn't have, and the fixers can now turn this into profit. What information? Well, almost anything, from yellow cards and throw-ins to corner and penalty kicks. But that's just peanuts. Where's the real dough, you ask?
The markets that you'll see manipulated are relating to the full-time outcome and also to the half-time outcome as well, where there's more potential to make big profits.
How big are these profits, you ask? Mind-blowing. In 2016 alone, according to Sportradar estimates, the turnover on the global betting market was 1.4 trillion euros. 60% made in football alone, most of it in the unlicensed Asian market. The illegal profit is estimated to be around 60 to 80%. Certainly the top leagues have nothing to do with that, or have they?
When players make anywhere between 50 to 100,000 euros a week, what is there to corrupt?
It's more likely that you will see a manipulation in leagues and competitions where the players and or persons involved are not paid on this level. Therefore, it's more unlikely that you will see something on this level. On the other hand, also the temptation is higher. If you see, for instance, that, only to give you a strong example, on a Champions League final match, you will see global wagering of more than 1 billion euro.
Indeed, match fixing isn't just a lower league problem. If history is anything to go by, the top leagues and tournaments are not immune. There's a long list of corrupt cases. 1993 Marseille. 2006 the Calciopoli scandal. 2005 it hit the Bundesliga in the German Cup. 2011 Fenerbahce in the Super League. 2015 even the Spanish El Clasico of all matches, and a World Cup qualifier in 2017. Back in 2013, La Liga president Javier Tebas said he believed around 8 to 10 matches will be fixed in the first and second divisions of Spain. That year, a Europol match-fixing investigation found that 680 matches across the globe were fixed, including several World Cup qualifiers, European Championship qualifiers, and a Champions League tie in England. We contacted UEFA for more information on the Champions League match that was allegedly fixed in England. We received the following statement. UEFA only comments on cases or matches once disciplinary proceedings have been opened and/or decisions have been taken, and UEFA does not give out information on clubs subject of a disciplinary sanction. But the statement leaves us with more questions than answers. Was this a false alarm? Did an investigation take place at all? It's been 5 years. What's taking so long? Football is by far the most attractive sport for betting syndicates, and it's easy to see why. The final of the 2014 FIFA World Cup, for example, generated 5 billion euros on the global betting market, followed 2 years later by the Euro final with 2.8 billion. But crooks beware, the detectives are going to get you. That's because the fraudsters are likely to end up in this spider web of criminal activity, where every knot is a clue and a little can go a long way in hunting down the bad guys.
Here we have an email address that can be something which is seemingly anonymized. If you create a private email, 123footballfan@hotmail.com, and we're able to see how that is affected online, and we're doing the same with the phone number. So what we've seen here is we've looked across various social media APIs or across the surface and deep web, and we've actually recognised that it's used to register 2 Skype accounts here, and the phone number used to register 2 other social media accounts. This could be a Skype, this could be a Facebook.
This just based on their email address and their phone number.
Just the email address and phone number.
And that's just the beginning. Tracking down social media accounts? Not a problem. Private photos? Easy as pie. Friends and business contacts, you name it, even events attended, are all traceable. What and where, all from something as small as a phone number.
After the game we run through is manipulated, we can start forming together an intelligence report, which we compile, and then we can send that to our clients, and they can either act upon themselves to undertake sporting sanctions, or they can cooperate with police forces and decide if there's sufficient evidence to launch a criminal case.
The problem? The guys at Sportradar are often one step behind the syndicates, who tend to stay in the shadows, doing what they do best.
Organized international crime, they look into the vulnerabilities of players.
But even with the unregulated markets, the detectives of match fixing always find a way, using tech-savvy tools to catch the bad guys.
We've had many successful cases.
Even if the betting mafia operate in the underworld, modern technology makes it harder and harder for them to stay invisible.
No matter how smart or skilled they are, they always leave traces.
It has become easier to catch the little fish. The next step is to get hold of the big ones, those at the very top of the pyramid.